As a teenager, I loved to ride horses, and part of riding at the stables was showing at the local schooling show. It was midsummer, very hot, and I had slept at my friend's house the night before, which means I hadn't slept very much at all. At the riding stables, we took turns showing the various lesson horses. I had been training with a big, beautiful dapple gray Mustang named Cisco. And getting to show him, even to ride him, was a bit of a privilege. I didn't realize that by privilege that also meant challenge, because he was a Mustang. He likes to be near other horses, but he also didn't like to be near horses that he didn't know. And he was not a big fan of the arena speakers and people making noise in the bleachers. The class we rode in was more about form than control. It was my first time riding Cisco in a show, and I was not prepared for his reaction to everything in the arena. He was a big horse anyway, with a long, wide trot, and I nearly fell off during class. He was nervous, and I was getting angry. When the loudspeakers would boom, "Trot your horses," he would spook at the noise. He wanted to follow the other horses, but he was also very nervous of them. I had placed last. I knew it already, and the judge obviously thought so as well. Now I was angry and humiliated. As the other riders and their horses left the arena, tears began to roll quietly down my cheeks. My coach came up to me and in her ever incredibly wise and patient manner helped me through this moment of defeat. She also had a habit of playing with the horse's mane while she talked to us students. "Take a deep breath, Melanie," she started with. And not in an infantile way. "Calm down now," she said. "Take a deep breath." That was a hard class, she pointed out. The class was full, and Cisco's not an easy ride, she reminded me. She went on to say things like my peers might be able to focus with less sleep or without breakfast and do just fine, but I was built different and I needed more sleep and I needed food. And she also pointed out that many of the people in the class owned the horses that they were riding on, and I was working with a lesson horse that was more advanced anyway. So I only got to ride him a couple times a week, while some of these people were able to ride their horses every single day. She also pointed out that we had only even had a few lessons to prepare for this class. I took those deep breaths and I took her words to heart. While I lost the class that day, I was able to realize that I had controlled a Mustang in a schooling show where he was frightened and I was probably not as advanced a rider as I needed to be riding him. But I did not fall off. He did not rear and run out of the arena. He did not kick at the other horses. We placed last, but we were not disqualified. And while I lost the class that day with a yellow or orange ribbon, in my heart, I had won the blue. My coach had helped me unlock the capability of acknowledging my own needs and my intrinsic self-worth, even when I placed last. After I wrote this speech, I checked in with her about this story. I wanted to share with her that that was a crucial moment in my life and that she had really helped me that day. She told me, "I still think of that day often. I saw a young girl who had worked so hard and took a chance showing a tough horse. I was so proud of you." She went on to share how much she appreciated that I recognized what she had done in that moment. Maybe you have never had such a moment in your life. Perhaps you grew up very self-confident, knowing your self-worth. Or maybe today you still need that validation. Showing up and doing our best is what makes us winners. It doesn't matter what the judge thinks or what grade you make on a paper or how your parents feel about you. What matters is that you've done your best, that you've worked hard, and that you're proud of yourself. And even if you don't feel that way, that you're working towards those things. And when you bring in that own personal validation, you increase your self-esteem and the shared experience that creates for everyone around you. So, thank you.